Hello and welcome. So in this video, I will be talking about one of my favorite tools, which is EFT, which stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. And EFT is a technique using different tapping series. You tap on different acupressure points or meridians throughout your body. And what this does, it down regulates your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, the automated nervous system that keeps us safe, that detects danger in our surrounding or inside of ourselves, blood pressure, temperature, breathing, digestion, that your heart is pounding, beating, all of those things are regulated by the autonomic nervous system. And once there is a lot of stress in our body, which can happen for many different reasons throughout our life, finances, health, interpersonal relationships, personal, professional, academic setbacks, whatever reason it is that we experience stress, that can be stored in our nervous system at times. And that can create the whole system, our whole body, all of the organs to become a little bit out of balance. So what we can do with EFT is that we can introduce a calm state, right? These different points are connected to different organs and have different functions. And what we can add as well, because emotional freedom techniques has many different varieties of how you can use them. You can add certain words or phrases or sentences or visualization techniques that will bring you and your nervous system into one of these situations that might be a little bit stressful for you. But by using the EFT and tapping, we're teaching the brain and nervous system that this is safe. We do not have to feel as stressed when we're in this situation. We can feel like this and we can start to relax. So we're dropping the activity in the autonomic nervous system, which will lower the cortisol levels in our body. And cortisol is a stress hormone. So whenever there's inflammation, whenever there's a lot of weight gain and we cannot lose it, or stress, or a lot of autoimmune imbalances in the body, whenever we can reduce the cortisol level and the stress activity in the nervous system, we are creating an environment for our body to start to heal. And we can do this with essentially anything, right? It can be physical pains or ailments. It can be psychological matters, phobias, fears, traumas, traumatic memories. We can work with imbalances in the body, digestion, weight loss, stress, headache, pains, as I mentioned. It works with a lot of different backgrounds and situation, and it's very practical, and we can use it wherever we are, and we don't have to have a lot of setup in order to use it. We more or less need to know the points, what to focus on, and allow ourselves to go through the process. And that's why I really enjoy to work with it on my own, but also professionally with recipients, clients, because it's a very powerful tool that just allows you to relax. And I've seen shifts in myself and people in a matter of minutes where they were super overwhelmed by what we were working on coming into the session, and just in 1-2 minutes of tapping, all of a sudden, sometimes they even forgot about what we were working on. And not forgot about it in the terms of disconnected from it, but just, wow, this isn't so stressful. No, we couldn't have been working on this because it seems so silly that I'm stressed out about this, because the effects can be so profound and so fast. So what I wanted to do today is just show you around so you can get a feel for it as well, so we're not only talking about what EFT is. So what we're going to do first is find yourself in a nice, upright, seated, comfortable position. Right or left hand, can close the hand a little bit. We're going to start to tap on the side of the hand. We're going to take a few breaths. And we don't have to tap hard, but I usually say firm. You want to feel like a little buzz. You want to feel like you're actually doing something. And then we can take 2 fingers. I usually use the long finger and come to the inside of my eyebrow. And we can do a little bit of tapping there. And then we can come down to the side of the eye. I'm going to move forward so you can see me a little bit more. So on the bone. And then we're going to come under the eye, still on the bone. Under the nose, between the nose and the upper lip. Down on the chin. And then we're going to spread our hand. Use 4 fingers under your collarbone. It can be going towards the chest or out a little bit towards the shoulder. And then from here I usually come to where your shoulder blade, your scapula, meets the ribs. I'm using this hand, 4 fingers, tapping on the side. And then last point at the top of your head. And relax. And this is considered 1 round, that we're doing 1 round with these points. Now we might use all of the points or some of the points or maybe just 1 point depending on where you're at, in which situation you are when you're working with EFT. But for the full potential of EFT we use all the points, either feeling into a certain emotion, a scenario, an aspect, can talk about it, share it to another person, what we're feeling, so we can connect to the sensation, can visualize it, that we see it. We can work with breathing, to work with constricting breathing when it comes to it. We can do touch and breathe as well, that we're not having to tap if we're feeling very overwhelmed and physical stimulation stresses us out. And this can work as a soothing matter, that we just place the hands on each of the different points and breathe. So we can work no matter where the person is at in the nervous system. We can address it using EFT, depending on the skills of the practitioner, of course, and where you're coming from, where you feel safe of going and working in the environment that you feel that there's a safe container for you to explore and to start to address anything that's creating stress in your body. And that's really the story of it, how it started, right? It was a chiropractor that started to play around with these techniques, or actually started to noticing tapping in different sequences created different relaxation patterns in your body. And he called it TFT in the beginning, like thought field therapy. And one of his students discovered that, hey, you don't need to do all of these sequences and patterns. You can just tap in a certain pattern and say certain words, tap in certain areas as you're speaking certain aspects, which can be limiting beliefs, such as, even though my work stresses me out, I still accept myself. Even though my work is really not what I want to do in life, I understand that that is how I feel, and I choose to accept that, or something like that. We phrase it, all these different aspects depending on the situation at hand, and we can work on it gradually to come closer into the aspect that we're actually feeling. But with all of these different aspects and different techniques in EFT, we can really have a big plethora of working with emotions, stress, physical sensations, thoughts. And I've seen a lot of results in myself and in clients in a short period of time. And just as the founder, Gary Craig, did, he noticed that working with these different points could alleviate a lot of pain. And he was a chiropractor, right? So he wanted to have different tools of continue to work not only with the joints, the spine, and the nervous system and muscles, which chiropractors do, but also how we can work more in towards the emotional side, most stress, and create long-lasting effects using tools that people can bring with them, that they don't have to come to a session all the time. Like we can choose them, the basics, and then you can work on it on your own, and we can come, and when you come to a session, we can dive deeper into certain aspects that might be a little bit challenging or not feeling so safe to explore on your own. So if you're feeling that you're a little bit curious to what EFT can do for you, I have some videos on YouTube with some pre-recorded emotions that we can work on, or situations, and you can do a tap along to get a feeling for it. Or you can write me at simba@livingwiththespirit.com, my email. You can visit us on our website, livingwiththespirit.com. And if you like this video, of course, subscribe and follow us here on YouTube, so you can get more information and more videos like this, where we'll be teaching you different tips how to manage emotions, stress, physical pain, and kind of how to get your body healthy using natural, holistic methods that are easily and readily available for you no matter where you're at in the world. So anything that you have, any questions, feel free to ask me, drop a comment, or write me, and I'll do my best to provide a suitable answer and maybe even a solution to something that you might be seeking. Thank you very much for listening.